guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Friday, January the 15th, 2021. Welcome to another eBay video. Today we're going to be discussing more about eBay Double Jeopardy. I'm going to tell you an ongoing situation with an Amazon stalker. We're going to discuss unfair negative feedback and someone's going to be exposed. And I'm going to tell you a tale of two shippers. So as you can see, we do have a lot to discuss today. Guys, you got to give me a little bit of credit. I came out here 2 days ago on a Wednesday and I made an eBay video. With absolutely no lessons in meteorology, I was able to correctly predict today's forecast. I said it was going to be cloudy and rainy. And it's cloudy and it's going to start raining shortly. It's going to rain tonight and tomorrow as well. No sunny days in store for us. We just don't get any. However, one bit of good news, it's going to be dry on Sunday. It's going to be cold and windy, but dry. So I'm going to try and go out and do an exploration video for you guys. It's going to take a long time because I have a lot of ground to cover Sunday. But that's something I thought you'll be interested in. Let us now talk about eBay of the week. I'm going to start in with your questions, comments, and concerns from my previous two videos. I'm going to start by talking about eBay Double Jeopardy, the video I made the other day where, as I said, a buyer was able to open a return request and a case at the same time. It's ridiculous and it's wrong. And before I read your comments, questions, and concerns, I want to read to you the message that was sent to me by eBay when the buyer opened the case against me. This is the exact message. Hi, Joseph. Thanks for trying to work with the buyer. Unfortunately, it looks like the issue wasn't resolved. We reviewed this case and decided to ask the buyer to return the item to you. Once tracking information confirms that the item has been delivered to you, the buyer will be issued a refund. The refund includes the purchase price plus original shipping. The refund amount will be recovered from you by eBay. This case will not affect your seller performance. The wording in this is all wrong. I was willing to work the return out with the buyer. He filed for a return, claimed he purchased the wrong size. That's fine. That's buyer remorse. The return was accepted. He never sent the item back. I mean, eBay says the case will not affect my seller performance, so I won't get a ding. But they're also saying they're going to charge me the original shipping. Therein lies part of the problem. This is wrong, and it needs to be addressed. And you guys jumped in and had a lot to say about this, so here come the comments. J.N.I. Gray wrote, "It's sad, but in today's day and age, I have to make numerous phone calls until I finally get someone who did not sleep through the training class. Ridiculous." Resale Rejects wrote, "My returns have tripled the last 2 months. It's depressing." Gerald Rint wrote, "First try a manager, then try eBay for Business." Rather than address the eBay for Business part of this comment now, I'm going to wait till we talk about the Amazon stalker. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about eBay for Business then. Charles Decker wrote a long comment that I truncated for brevity. I've been on eBay for 21 years now, and ever since around 2008, the site has been declining in my opinion. The scales of fairness continue to shift towards the buyer's favor. eBay claims they have to implement these policies to keep up with the online marketplace standards, which may be partially true. But overall, they're just further perpetuating the fraud. Buyers have been increasingly demanding, impatient, rude, and overall nasty to deal with. And places like Walmart and Amazon are equally to blame for this. Sad to say, I have to agree with Charles Decker. And I have said in the past, I have noticed the attitude of many buyers getting very sour and toxic lately. I'm not saying all buyers, hell no. I still say most of them are really nice people. But there is a small but growing percentage of nasty buyers out there that know they can basically get away with anything. Black Lotus Boutique wrote a long comment that I've also truncated for brevity. You want my thoughts on this? Here it goes. The representative you talk to at eBay is wrong. It is on their policy that if a buyer does a return and it's a remorse, you do not have to refund the original shipping. Point blank and period. I would be livid. eBay has lost their mind. Did you try calling back and speaking with another representative there at eBay? It is wrong. They cannot go against their policy. Two things. Either the rep was wrong and didn't do a hell of beans what he was talking about, or they have changed their policy. You know, I did not call back eBay on this particular issue yet because the buyer has not yet sent the item back to me. But as soon as I receive the item and I see that they have taken money out for shipping, they will be getting another call from me. I did call them yesterday regarding an unfair negative feedback. But before we get into that, let me finish with the comments, questions, and concerns here. 5797029, Mike wrote, I just refunded one for buyer's remorse today. Everything went through the way it was supposed to. 2 weeks ago, another one was refunded, but didn't complete and is still open, waiting for the buyer to close. Same thing happened to me, Mike. I had one last week where a buyer selected just didn't like it and said it was more scratched than it appeared in the picture, which is buyer remorse. I gave him a refund for the item, but I would not refund original shipping, and I never will. So that return is still open on my dashboard. DeGoul wrote, I had a buyer want a return on Macari a week after he received it. I ignored his message as he had 3 days to make that decision on Macari, not 7. Not my problem now. I have already been paid. Not going to give it back now. DeGoul, I totally understand where you're coming from, and I wish eBay would implement some of these Macari practices. My only question for you is, could the buyer then open a case with his credit card company and try and pull something crazy like that, like they do on eBay? Rated R Forever wrote, Joe, when it comes to your type of business where a specific size is being purchased, there should be a confirmation checklist for the buyers to look through and check off before going through checkout so that a seller like you won't have to worry about the wrong size being bought and false cases constantly being opened up. Rated R Forever, that would be great. But let's just say eBay did implement such a change. I am 100% certain these same non-reading buyers would check off everything, purchase the item without checking their part number, compatibility, and they would still file for an unorthodox return. You know they would, and I really wish there was some kind of an answer that we can do about this kind of thing. The next topic I want to talk about is unfair negative feedback. I had originally planned on making an entire screenshot video to deal with this person. However, I didn't have the time yesterday to do so, so I'm going to have to incorporate that into today's video. Guys, I had something happen to me that has never happened to me in my over 21 years on eBay. Listen carefully. A person bought an item from me on December the 4th. Specifically, it was a Schaefer beer tray. A classic Schaefer beer tray for a bar. He bought it on December 4th. I shipped it out like I'm supposed to on December 5th. Yesterday, I got a negative feedback saying, and I quote, took way too long for delivery. So when I received that negative feedback, I thought maybe the post office had screwed up and delivered it to the buyer really late, which, as you know, is not my fault as long as I ship it on time. But when I checked the status of the delivery, this buyer was scheduled to receive it on December the 10th, but actually received it 3 days early on the 7th. Timeline again, bought it on the 4th, I shipped it on the 5th, he received it on the 7th, and he leaves me negative feedback saying it took way too long. Unbelievable. I called eBay customer service, they took one look at it and removed it like that. But guys, I believe eBay should be kept a safe site for you and for me. So I'm going to expose somebody right now. I'm not saying you have to block them. That's up to you. I'm going to show you the feedback, which I printed out here, because I knew I wouldn't have time to do a slideshow. Write this down on a piece of paper so you can block this person if you're so inclined. 57 Bel Air 2DR. I'm going to hold this up to the camera now so you can get a good look at the feedback he left and his user ID. He misspelled way, took way too long for delivery. And there's the guy right there. My question to you guys, don't you think eBay should sanction people that leave false, unfair, negative feedback like this? I did everything I was supposed to do. I shipped it the next day. He got it quicker than he was scheduled to get it, and he nigs me like that. So everybody chime in and tell me what you think about that. The next thing I want to talk about is an Amazon stalker. This is a good one. You're really going to enjoy this story. And I want you to pay attention to it. You don't have to look at the camera the whole time. I mean, you don't have to look at me the whole time while I'm talking about this. You can be packing your eBay orders if you want. But this, the fact that it's still happening in the year 2021 makes me want to throw up blood. Listen to this. This was posted on one of the Facebook groups on, I believe it was Wednesday. I saw it yesterday, Thursday. But I'm going to read what the original poster wrote, and you follow along. We made a purchase on Amazon as a customer. It didn't go well, and we left negative feedback. By matching names and addresses, the seller has located us on eBay. They have placed 2 $5 orders and are now sending multiple messages about our horrible customer service. It's to the point of being downright harassing. The orders were purchased yesterday afternoon and have not even been shipped yet. Any suggestions? That was the original post. Then people started writing in, giving their personal feelings on the issue. And I'm going to read several more postings from the original poster as this progressed. So stick with me. Following up. Thanks for everyone's insight. There were some awfully good ideas here. Thank you. We contacted Amazon, and what they did is a seller violation. No surprise there. Amazon wouldn't say, but implied that they would be suspended. Thanks to so-and-so's suggestion, we're in the process of filing a stalking and harassment complaint with the Forney, Texas Police Department. At this point, we haven't heard back from eBay for Business. There's also a glitch in the eBay buyer blocking system as we keep getting an error message when we try to block them. We'll keep trying. Again, thanks for everyone's help and insight. Let me read the rest of the comments. I was going to discuss something in that paragraph, but I changed my mind. I want to read the rest of the comments. Amazon called it a strike against the seller. They wouldn't say on the phone, but implied the seller would be suspended. Amazon related appropriately and quickly. Next comment. Status Wednesday morning. We finally heard from an eBay for Business representative last night. They gave us a link to provide to law enforcement. Nothing more. This morning, the company is still active on eBay with over 250 listings. Amazon, on the other hand, appears to have suspended them as their listings are gone from the Amazon website. In another positive bit of news, the police chief in their hometown has been very encouraging. We expect they will be receiving a visit. Last comment. Thanks. We understand regarding the warnings, etc. However, this was a crime that involved both interstate messages and telephone calls. We're not going to trash eBay as we don't know all their behind-the-scenes details, but there sure was an obvious difference in the accessibility and apparent actions. All right, guys, I thought it was best if I got all the comments out of the way first. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell you some things that I know that have happened. Now, number one, let's talk about the victim. Let's call the victim John Smith. John Smith wanted to block this person from contacting him. And as you know, in the preferences section, eBay claims you can do so. But that is a total falsehood. You cannot. Several months ago, I made a video showing you a glitch where you could not block somebody from eBay. Now, I realize you cannot block them if they've already made a purchase. You cannot block contact. But you're supposed to be able to block contact if they have not made a purchase from you yet. Okay? I showed you where you would click the tab and you would go and try and save your settings and it would revert back to the tab being unclicked. Well, a couple of weeks ago, somebody wrote in on one of my videos that eBay had fixed the problem. You know what they did? They fixed it to make it appear that they fixed the problem. But these people can still contact you. If anyone doesn't believe me, let's start a little experiment. Have one of your friends contact you. Block them first. If you're friends with Bill Jones on eBay, block him. Tell him to contact you on eBay and see if the message goes through. It will. You cannot block anybody. And this is serious, all right? I think this is a very serious breach of safety, all right? There are some nut jobs out there like this Amazon seller, and you have to be able to block people from contacting you, especially if they threaten you in a contact message. You can't do it. Next, let's talk about the fact that eBay for Business gave them a link to the law enforcement form. You know, basically said, kiss off. Again, in my humble opinion, that's wrong. I'm not a fan of Amazon in any way. You know that. But when they're right, they're right. And Amazon did the right thing. They stepped up and they blocked this particular seller. They removed them from the platform. eBay has not. And the only reason eBay has actually now started to investigate is because somebody in the thread tagged one of the eBay executives, a really nice guy who I happen to know firsthand, and I know that this man has the juice and he will make sure the right people see it. Now, whether the right people actually ban this seller, I don't know if they will. I can't say yes or I can't say no. But guys, this is 2021. eBay really needs to enhance its safety and security. I said this 10 years ago. What's changed? Nothing. And it's embarrassing to me. And it hurts me to have to come out here and say this, because still, I say, eBay is the best place to sell your used items. You'll make the most money on eBay. It's the most inviting place to sell, and it gets the most traffic, a ton of traffic for used items. So if you're selling, I still say eBay is your best bet. However, when something like this goes wrong, You're on your own. I'm sorry, man. I wish I didn't have to say this, but unless policies change, I'm going to keep reporting things that happen. The next thing I'd like to talk about is what I call a tale of two shippers. Last Monday, not the Monday that just passed now, the previous Monday, I purchased 2 items on eBay. One item came from a seller in Pennsylvania, right next door. The other item came from somebody out west. I think it was California, but don't quote me. I paid for both items right away, and the very next day, Tuesday morning, both sellers entered a tracking number and shipped their items to me. I have no complaint with either seller. The person in Pennsylvania used the post office, and the person out west used FedEx. What item do you think arrived first? FedEx. FedEx arrived on Thursday. The item was exactly as described, no problem. Great. The item from Pennsylvania that was sent through the post office didn't arrive till the following Monday. It arrived in an oversized box, even though the item was about filled half the box, with improper packaging or padding. The box was smashed, and one of the hubs was broken and useless. Now, who's at fault here? So I wrote to the seller, and I explained, hey, one of the items came broken, and I included pictures like a good eBay buyer. Keep in mind, I didn't threaten them, I didn't get mad, I didn't get nasty. That's not how I roll. The item that was sent with the post office arrived broken. One of the hubcaps was cracked with a chunk right out of it, and it was useless. Now, is that the fault of the post office or of the seller? I got to be honest with you. In my opinion, the packing was not adequate. It was very poorly packed. So in my opinion, I would say 80% on the seller and 20% on the post office, because the box seemed to be manhandled, but still, the packing should have been a lot better than it was, and it wasn't. I'm very careful with my packing. I bubble wrap everything. So yeah, the tale of two shippers. FedEx is always faster than the post office, at least right now. As far as eBay material goes, that's going to be basically it for this video. I think I've given you enough to consider. As I said earlier, I do plan to go out Sunday and photograph a location video. I'm not going to tell you where it's going to be, but it's going to take me a long time to cover this entire area, and an even longer time to edit everything together the way I want. So you will see an exploration video in the near future. I also plan to do another life story video next week, as well as at least 1 or 2 eBay videos. That being said, I'm Crazy New York Driver and you're not. Thank you for watching my video. Each week I come out here and I make these videos to try and help you stay successful on eBay. If you think I'm doing a good job, please leave me a thumbs up. It tells me I'm on point and appreciated. If you don't think I did a good job, tell me in the comments section what you want me to hit up, and I'll be happy to try and do it next week. Remember, I'm a seller friend, not a seller critic or skeptic of any kind. I've solved a lot of problems. I'm still making money online. I've never worn a mask on my videos, and I never will. I've never distorted my voice on a video because I feel that is dishonest and unscrupulous. So yeah, heck, I'm a CEO and a CFO of my own company. Guys, go out there, make a ton of money on eBay, rock on, and peace! And please, don't worry. I didn't forget the Fox News Cup of Life, because this is the Fox News Cup of Life. Happy is he who drinks from it. Oh yeah, very good. As far as business is concerned, this was not the best week ever. The weekend was terribly slow, disgustingly slow. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were very good. Thursday, absolutely awful. And today, right now, I've only made one sale on eBay so far. So it's starting out pretty poor. I'm not sure what's going on or why it's been slow this last week or two. Maybe you guys know. Talk to me. Guys, that's all I have to say. No, it's not. No, it's not. I'm going to leave you with my tagline, like I always do. Don't be fetchy!